Good morning. Happy April 11th, Tuesday morning. And welcome to the stream. As you can see, the glare behind me, the sun is bright. This is a morning facing window, and there are no leaves on the trees. I mean, nothing to block that sun right now, so I should have probably closed the curtain, but I got plants there. I don't want to block them. So it should be okay. It really isn't that big a deal. I like my Tuesday mornings. It's very, very eclectic, right? I can go from cross stitch to just all sorts of things, crafty, like the plastic canvas. Sometimes I crochet. Well, today and in the future Tuesday mornings, there is going to be a lot of mending, okay? Not going to really start with the linens today, but the linens is the big focus of the mending. And I'll talk more about that when I get to it next week. Today, hi Kay. Today what I have is two things of Angora. One is a knitted hat that unfortunately just sat in our basket of winter hats out in the house, and a moth got to it, and so it's moth bit. In the Angora area, the wool part is not too bad, but I'll show you. I am going to try and get a strand of my hand spun Angora because that's what this is made out of, that reasonably matches, and see if I can mend those bit areas with that. I could undo the knitting, but with the holes in it, I'm only going to get short strands. I think it's better to go ahead and just try and sew the holes together. And then the second thing is I have started an actual knitting project with the Angora, and once I get that mending done, I'm going to just be knitting with the Angora. I also have a lot of the Angora yarns that are small amounts, after I did a project, or maybe I didn't get a lot of fur from the rabbit, which is a lot of the times, and I would spin them because I didn't combine them, because I want you to see how many different colors there are. It's pretty amazing. No rabbit really matches another rabbit unless you have twins, and I don't know if I ever had twin rabbits, to be honest with you. Anyway, okay, let's go to the other camera. Kay, how are you today? What are you up to? Are you having sunshine? Beautiful sunshine? I hope so. So what we have here is gray. I had a lot of gray rabbits. Both my French, which tended to be sort of a gray-brown all the time, then anything else was probably a satin, and my satin came in all these different colors. So this could be French or satin. I'm not real sure. Angora yarn. This hat I made is CVM up here. So this is wool, and then that's why it looks kind of brown, right? Brown gray. And then you can see right here where the Angora starts. Good morning, Dandy. Hi. Welcome. I am good. Welcome. I'm glad you joined us today. Haven't seen you for a while. So this bottom band here is the Angora. And of course it's real fluffy. And unfortunately, like I said, I had it just stored out in the basket where we had winter hats, and it got moth bit. So I'm gonna work on mending that. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. And then the next thing is, this is the knitting project that I've started. It's a little bunny. Little bunny. I don't like those. I'm gonna turn that off. And it's starts out with a square of Angora. So I I have 30 stitches on here, and I am just knitting that. And I will work on that after I get the mending done. So the next thing I want to show you what we have to do is see if I can find something close to this gray, right? I have to match that as good as I can. And this is my bag of the Angora rabbits that I used to have, don't have anymore. Various and sundry sizes of skeins. I had lots more. I am getting down to nothing, you know. I have a skein here that is a single, and that is what happens when you don't ply something. So this single here I can knit with, but I have to put it into tension or something to take the kinks out. So I haven't done anything with it, but that is French, probably a French, because it has both the white and that gray brown on it. So I'm not going to use that for mending. This is too dark. And that's too dark. That's white. This is what I call the red. Okay, I had red satins. Look how fuzzy that is. That's just like the rabbit, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, I loved those red rabbits. Those were satins, and they were the best. I have a, like a very small neck cowl out of that red. Is this too dark? I have this is the start of another rabbit that I was going to stuff. I decided against it. I may, but anyway, it's all different colors. This was the head. You can kind of, it's sitting down on its feet right here. This is the back. I've lost that pattern. I don't know if I could get those decreases and everything or not, so I've just hung on to it. In fact, is it attached to a ball? Oh, yeah, it is, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's see here. Of course, this stuff wants to stick to itself real bad. Yeah, it's this one right here. Not ending up with many choices here. It's kind of looking like I think I will use that. Unless I go lighter. It's too brown. And I could use this. Be nice to use this because it's small amount. Of course, this is a pretty small amount too. Yeah, I'm going to use that. An awful lot of my Angora is singles. When I did that, I would spin the singles, wind it on a plastic, hi Guitar Nut, wind it on a plastic nitty knotty, you know, that's made out of PCV pipe. It just was pipe with a cross piece up here, and wind it on there, and then because it was single, it had to dry under tension, and I would wet it at that point. I don't routinely wash Angora yarn. I didn't when I was making it. I mean, it's okay, and it would dry under tension, and so my singles would be okay for a while, but then eventually the humidity would get to them and it would be all kinked up like the skein I just showed you. But this here is, okay, I'm going to see how bad. This here is plied, spun very thin, and I'm going to go ahead and use that for mending this in here. So let's get a strand of this. Need scissors. Yes, we are having like a stretch of week of dry, perfect spring weather, getting up in the high 70s during the day, not too hot, not humid, and really wonderful. Okay, I want a blunt that's blunt. I don't need one that thick, but I need a wide eye in order to thread this. Now, since this is knitted, okay, I am going to mend with a double strand. That kind of duplicates the knit stitch structure, I guess, for lack of a better word. So here's my first one. And the hard part is I need to go and make sure I get it tied here. I just saw a ghost, I think. I thought I saw something over there by my left shoulder. Not the easiest stuff to sew with, let me tell you. Oh, and I also have to remember, oh darn, I didn't remember. Let me see if I can pass that through. This gets folded up. This side is the right side. I forgot. Moth damask, yes. This, under normal circumstances, you know, I store my wools and everything, but this got put in our basket that we put all our hats and gloves in for the winter, and I just kind of forgot about it. You know, I just kind of forgot about it. And what happened was, of course, the moths found it. All right. And this is wool up here. They didn't eat the wool. Angora must be, for some reason, very tasty. I'm pretty far down from where the hole is here. And, you know, I can't do duplicate stitch. I don't really need to do duplicate stitch, but I do believe that this first run up this ladder from where it went down, I'm going to do it. But I don't know how to do a duplicate stitch that mimics purl. And these are purl stitches. This is the warmest hat ever. Let me tell you. I only wear it in the dead of cold winters. I know you all can't see what I'm doing here. Maybe if I hold it up like this you can see. But I am at the hole now, and I'm going to one side then the other beyond the hole, but with a duplicate stitch, and sort of pulling that gap into that area. and then going on up above the hole. Yeah, it's going to be obvious. I mean, I'm always going to notice. I doubt anybody else is going to notice, but I will always notice the repair. Hurt my heart, but you know, that's the way it goes. I have a tight lid Rubbermaid kind of flat that I have put all my wools and everything in. And this just never made it into that. Alright, now, let's see. This is the right side, so I want to go to this side to tie it off. Actually, this side is better, except I'm going to end up with knots. Oh, there's another open area right there. I missed that one. Alright, in this case, it's running right along there. I'm going to go and do a stitch along the good row into the row I just made. Just an overlap stitch. Oops, sorry about that. Hit the camera. Okay. In some cases, that was a big one. Yeah. I'm going to go clockwise or counterclockwise. There's another big one. That's a bad one. I'll need a new strand, but this one here, I will go ahead and get on this side. I need a better kind of knot. You know, this is so slippery that I think I'll do it this way, maybe. Yeah. You've noticed a few moths in your home and you become nervous about it. I'm going to find some lavender to plant. I think it'll deter them. It works for spiders at least. Yeah, I will. I know. In my room where I store all my fleece, I have an open box of mothballs stuck back behind the Rubbermaid tubs. I know you want to do the non-mothball thing, but I haven't had moths moths for years. This was not up in that room. This was downstairs. And the hat basket, of course, is very close to our door, right? Winter hat, you grab it, right? It's very close to our door, and I know that that's why it got bit where it was stored. Well, I I have a lavender plant. Let me tell you, it takes a lot of one of the plants. It would take multiple plants. If you could plant it outside, I can't plant mine outside. If you can plant it outside, you should be able to, where you are, and it'll grow into a great big bush. Then you'll be fine. But my little pot of lavender doesn't really have enough leaves to it for me to harvest them. I have a few and dried them, but not a big quantity. The other thing is the spray. You can buy the essence. I do have that too, and then you just spray